Hi, this is the Oak Trader Report. These stocks were put together on the 15th, which was a Sunday yesterday. It's now 8:30 in the morning New York time, 8:30 in the evening Hong Kong time, and I'm just putting this together to give you the screencast version. And here are some stocks in the transportation sector. JetBlue Airways. You can see here huge downtrend from 2004. And I can definitely see some professional buying coming in at these lows where my mouse is, and it looks to be pushing higher from here. If you draw a flat line along here and draw a line along there, we usually see a dip out of that, a shakeout. It may well consolidate here for a little bit longer, but I would suspect that within a year that this stock would be at around the $10 to $12 level. Perhaps crude oil coming down in the future will push this stock higher. Who knows the fundamental reason for the stock, for the stock moving higher, but the point of fact is that somebody has been buying this stock and it looks to be nicely consolidating here for a further move up in the foreseeable future. Alaska Air Corp. I just wanted to put this on here so you can see the type of move that has developed here without a base, and this one with a base didn't have as big a move, but sometimes you can't tell how high they're going to go. And if you look here where my mouse is from 20 to 30 and the market went parabolic, it was a $10 move, whereas this market here went from 35 all the way up to really 65. What we would term a parabolic movement, and this definitely looks to be some form of distribution here. If you're holding ALK, I would be selling out any shares that you have at this present moment. And if you are the type of investor that likes to short a market, this one looks like it's shaping up nicely in the next couple of months for a short sale. But definitely if you're long this market, this parabolic movement here and this high volatility, what we would call a distribution area, is signaling that the market's move is coming to an end. Ticker symbol VTNC. I just wanted to put this on here as well. You can see that the spikes are getting less and less, but I would say that I don't like to see any spikes. It is only a $2 parameter here on the monthly, and if it was a larger parameter it might look slightly flatter, but these spikes are still a little bit worrying here, but it is forming a nice triangle, and sometimes out of those triangles big moves of 100 to 200% do come. This is similar to a descending triangle, and that's why I'm always cautious with these, because we could see it drop out slightly, but where the market is making this formation is almost right at the end, I believe, of a big downtrend move. So it's not forming a descending triangle at the end of a distribution cycle, it's forming a triangle here at the end of a large downward move. So I would suspect that this market should move higher from here in the next 6 months to a year to around the $12 to $14 level. But again, when a market's like this, I'm always very cautious, and I'd only ever take a small position, and I'd wait for it to form a little bit more around the $6 level. But once it breaks that trend where my mouse is here, so that would be around the $5.86 level, that should be the signal for the market to have quite a big spike move up. Ticker symbol CVTI. Again, I just wanted to put this on here to show you these pivotal points at the bottom here, and also that it could be forming some sort of triangle move here and maybe making an approach down to 2 again. But if you look at this move here, it's had a huge downtrend. You draw a line and it may come back down to this area here, but we could be looking at an extra large triangle being formed here. We just need to wait for this triangle to fill out a little bit more to make any further assessment, but we're going to put this on the watch list. Ticker symbol JBHT, Hunt Transport. I just wanted to show you this. You can see this long bit of flat line here. It's a $5 parameter chart. You can see that the market did have a move up of around 100% here, and it failed. This is about really the worst that can happen with these long-term bases, where you see good accumulation action where my mouse is, that the market fails to take off for whatever reason. The professional investors that accumulated at these levels could not get the enthusiasm from the general public or the professional journalism sector to support them. So whatever reason, the move failed and it came back down for a further consolidation. But as you can see, this huge base, really, if we counted it from 2001 to say 1989, we've seen a huge move after that. But if you look where my mouse is here, you draw a flat line here, and then you draw a line down. You've got that little shakeout here where my mouse is, which is a perfect signal that when it breaks above that, and it breaks above the previous consolidation area, that the uptrend will begin. And this market here looks to be forming into distribution formation, and this volatility here, I would consider that perhaps distribution, although I would like to see maybe some more wilder swings to confirm that. So again, I would be, if I was long, looking to sell and be flat the market very soon. And if you draw a line here, as the uptrend has become steeper and steeper, it's become more parabolic, and whenever you get a very steep uptrend, usually once the distribution time period has ended, usually you see a huge move down. Ticker symbol USAK, USA Truck. Again, this is going on the watch list for reaching an extreme low level. If you draw a line here, it's broken a long-term downtrend with this action here. It still needs to fill out. This could be 3 or 4 years away from completing its base, or it could be 6 months to a year, but it's definitely going on the watch list, USAK. And you can see here, if you look here and it breaks the downtrend, I wouldn't be interested in this area because it's too volatile with too higher spikes. What we want to see is very boring price action in terms of the volatility, a nice flat line with the market snaking along, where this is completely different, and that's why I wouldn't get suckered into a position like this, even though it had broken the downtrend. Usually there's always a big spike when it breaks a steep downtrend, but you could see here it wasn't really building any sort of solid foundations. And if you draw a line here, it's broken the downtrend. Perhaps we will see a spike up to 10, who knows, but the market should start consolidating from here. I wouldn't be looking to buy this, it's well too early, it's just going on the watch list. Ticker symbol YRCW. Just wanted to put this on here to show you what nice action looks like on a daily chart. You can see here some great action with the market just snaking along where my mouse is. Extremely boring action. To me, this symbolizes that the market is under complete control by professionals, whereas perhaps to the public, when they're watching the prices every day, it's just completely boring and it means nothing to them. But what this action enables the professionals who are controlling the price action to do is to release more stock onto the market. The public becomes bored and frustrated, even though a downtrend isn't happening, but just the very fact that it's not moving anywhere and it's wasted time usually is enough for the public to sell out and for the willing professionals to buy happily their shares that they're selling out. And you can see a nice move up here where my mouse is, consolidation, and a further move up here. I wouldn't be surprised perhaps if this built up another consolidation area here and carried on its move upwards for a little while anyway. Smart Technologies, this is the one technology stock, ticker symbol SMT, and you can see here big downtrend broken. It's on a new issue as well, so it hasn't had a tremendous amount of history or price action to gauge the market, but I like markets like this where it breaks a nice downtrend and then the market becomes extremely flat and quiet. And here it looks like professional accumulation, boring action, low volume, low volatility, and it looks to be moving up here. This is a serious 100% green light buy, and we should see this market move up easily to the $4 to $6 level over the next 6 months to a year. It could have it could go a lot more than that, but I always try and be conservative in my estimates, and it's definitely developed enough what I call friction power to spring out of this base area and move up to 4 to 6 for sure, and then we could see it consolidate again, but that should be the start of a new upward trend in SMT. Okay, ticker symbol VRSN. Sorry, this is another technology stock I uploaded. I thought I only had one on there, but I wanted to just to put this up on here just to show you this triangle that's being formed. If you draw a line up there and you draw a line here, it looks to be, you know, some form of consolidation area developing here. And this little bit of action where my mouse is, if you draw a line here, you draw a line there, the breakout should be enough to see this market move higher from here. And it looks to be building the power here with this formation to break higher. So even though the market's been on a tear since mid 2009, I still wouldn't sell out of VeriSign at this present juncture. I'd look for the market maybe to move higher. Okay, I think that's the last monthly. Yeah, this is the monthly chart that we've got here of VeriSign, and you can see here that there's been a lot of base action in the lower areas. It's a $20 parameter chart, and there's big gaps. So obviously what looks to be quite flat action, if you were to look at this on a chart that was $2 perhaps the parameters, the action would look quite volatile. But the action here where my mouse is, that's pretty good accumulation here as well, and then this movement here as well. So I would say, you know, that this market, once it breaks out and it makes new highs, this should be on an upward movement for quite a while, and we should see the trajectory of the trend in an upward movement change. So you can see here how steep the trend is. The trend should on a gradient become steeper and then eventually end with a parabolic move. I'm not sure how high this stock's going, but I would suggest it could go quite easily to 65 to 80 by the looks of the power that's been developing in these base and consolidation areas. Ticker symbol HRL. I just wanted to put this on here to show you what a great consolidation action looks like on a weekly 5-year chart. Once the market has sprung up out of its base area and it further consolidates for an upward movement, and if you see this in the future, this is great action to look for. You draw a line along there, you've got the shakeout that came here, and then it joined up again and it broke the consolidation area, the multi-year consolidation area here, and this was showing good strength that it never broke back below that consolidation area, and where my mouse here was a perfect signal to buy, because the professional support holding the market above these areas where my mouse is here would have had to have been tremendous. So there was some very powerful hands holding up this market. So if you see anything like this in the future, you know what's going to happen as a result of a formation like this. Okay, that's it for now, and I'll be uploading some more parts of the Oak Trader report in the ensuing hours. Have yourself a great day. Take care. Bye for now.